I'm hoping the camera doesn't fall down, but we're gonna see how this goes. All right. Good morning, my friends. Welcome back to Ink and Fig. As always, my name is Alex, and today is August 1st, which means it's the first day of Book Roast's magical readathon. We're going back to school today, and my goal for today, because I don't have work today because it's a stat holiday in Canada, is to polish off 4 books today. That is going to be half of my reading list for the month. This is a big undertaking, I understand this, but I think I'm going to be able to do it because I'm polishing off all of my short ones today. By some miracle, I actually have most of my books in hard copy this time around, so I have 7 books here. The 8th one is Phantasmagoria by Lewis Carroll, and I have that on my phone from Libby. So that's going to be the first one I'm reading, actually, because it's only 88 pages, and it's like ebook, so the pages are extremely short. So I think I'm going to be able to get through that within probably half an hour tops, and we can just get that one off the docket immediately. Then I am planning on reading Mooncakes by Suzanne Walker and Wendy Xu, and Unlikely Sanctuary by Melissa King Hope. And the stretch goal for today is to read not a graphic book of any description. I'm gonna be trying to read This Is How You Lose the Time War by Amal El-Matar and Max Gladstone. This one is the one I'm the most worried about. However, I did open it up and the pages are extremely short. Like, there's not a lot of text packed onto these pages, so I think this one should go pretty quick. However, that said, I am gonna try to get through these graphic novels and Phantasmagoria, which is technically, I think, a poetry collection. I'm pretty sure it's a poetry collection, so I'm going to try to get through those first. I am super prepared in that I have obtained my House of the Arcane bookmark from Book Roast for this event, so I am armed and ready to go. I was considering dressing as my character for today. However, my character's aesthetic is somewhat on the dark academia side, and it is, last I checked, about 32 degrees Celsius outside. Now, I do have air conditioning, but I don't know if you can tell on camera, but I am already sweating. So I don't think that that is going to be the vibe for today. We're just going to be dressed as me. Maybe I'll dress up for the wrap-up because that'll be closer to September, and who knows what the weather will look like then, although in Calgary it's usually blisteringly hot for the first 3 weeks of September anyway. That is where I'm at today, so wish me luck. I'm about to jump into Phantasmagoria. Made it halfway through Phantasmagoria so far. I'm not even sure what I think about this, to be honest. It's like, the language is more accessible than I thought it was going to be. But it also just kind of sounds like he's just whining about a lot of things. I don't know if that's, like, a thing or not, but, like, he's, like, whining about the fact that his friend wants to feel valued in their friendship, and he's, like, whining about that, and, like, the Phantasmagoria poem itself kind of sounded like... I mean, that wasn't necessarily whining, but it was, like, it was bizarre. He, like, had this weird, like, hour-long love-hate relationship with this ghost, and then it realized that he wasn't the person he was, that the ghost realized that he wasn't the person he was supposed to be haunting, so he, like, left, and then he got all whiny and was missing the ghost. I don't know. We're getting through it, though. It's fine. So I'm thinking at this halfway juncture, because the poetry is just a lot for me at the moment, what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to take a break and read Unlikely Sanctuary, because I know this is going to be a little bit easier to digest in that it's a manga, so, like, it reads a little bit more slowly, I guess. And it's not quite as, I guess, mentally stimulating as poetry. Is poetry? I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm tired. I'm going to switch to a different book for a little while, and then I'm going to get back into Phantasmagoria, and we're going to finish that. So I just finished Unlikely Sanctuary, and unfortunately, I was just on Google because I'd always wondered if she'd published more volumes of this. I just looked on Google and it looks like this was the only volume that was ever published for this, so there is no more, unfortunately. I think this had a lot of potential to go further, and I think that would have been really cool if it had, but also I'm not mad with where this volume ended. I think we kind of got to the punchline of what we were trying to accomplish in this volume anyway, and I think that it had sort of a vignette feel to it because of that, so we're not going to get the rest of the story ever, but we do get sort of a full circle realization of the romance that we were trying to build in this, and I thought that was pretty good. So this is my first class done. This was for whatever the color changing prompt was. I'll pop that up on the screen here for you because I don't remember what class that was off the top of my head, but we finished that. And I finished one of my lunar TBR prompts, The Empress, for a book by a female author of color. So that is 2 birds with 1 stone. Happy to be done with that. I am going to get back into Phantasmagoria. I've got 40 pages left of that. This was definitely more enjoyable, I think, than Phantasmagoria. I have so much trouble with male poets, I guess, from a particular time period, and it's just not doing it for me. But it is short, and it does fulfill my bone prompt, so I'm doing it. And then I'll have 2 down, and I think it's not even 2 o'clock in the afternoon yet. I started this I didn't do a timestamp at the beginning of this, but I've started this adventure today at about noon because I slept in because I got my booster shot 2 days ago, and it just, I got hit with the exhaustion big time, so started a little late, but I do have the opportunity to stay up a little bit later because I work from home tomorrow, so I don't need to get up early to get on the train, which is good. So, going to pick up Phantasmagoria again, and then probably gonna move on to Mooncakes after that. All right, so I finished Phantasmagoria. It was a weird ride. It felt very, like, complaining about being in the friend zone a lot of the time. I don't know. Like, not Phantasmagoria itself, but, like, the whole collection of poems kind of felt a little friend zone-y, complaining about being in the friend zone kind of thing, and I'm like, I don't know what this guy's talking about. Anyway, it's over. I've got 2 books left to read today. I'm taking a break for some noodles and complaining about how hot it is, and then I'm gonna jump into Mooncake, so I'll catch up with you then. Noodles have been completed. So I was catching up on my bullet journal for this whole event. I think it looks pretty good. I've already marked off the 2 books here that I finished, and we're carrying on. So in so doing this, I remembered a couple of things. First off, I'd forgotten that I actually have reached the apprentice level on the little experience chart that comes along with this whole shindig, and I believe that apprentice level allows me to count genuine DNFs towards my reading total at the end of the month, which I think is great, particularly because I am looking at a couple of larger books, like The Man Who Died Twice and 6 of Crows are longer than I feel comfortable with during this challenge. And considering I have already DNF'd the Edinburgh Dead, now granted that was 10 years ago, but I still DNF'd it. Not sure how to feel about that one. And I remembered something else that's going to slightly complicate things for me. The Moonies, the Patreons who subscribe to Book Roast, of which I am one, we have been given a quest for 10 guild points. And unfortunately, that is going to require me to read another book. Now, I do have a lot of free reign on what that book can be because the prompt is to read a book with 3 words in the title. I don't know what to do about that. I'm like, I could pick a manga. I have a book that I would love to read for this, but it depends on how you count the title. So I have the 2nd volume of The Umbrella Academy. So I could say, yeah, the title is The Umbrella Academy. 3 words, leave it at that. But the title of the volume is 1 word, Dallas. So you could either count this as a 1-word title or as a 4-word title. Either way, too many words. Then do you count the word the? Because if you don't, then you could count it as a 3-word title, Umbrella Academy Dallas. Like, there's a lot of different ways that you could look at this. Ultimately, I know this book isn't going to take me very long to read, so I may well read this anyway, because frankly, I think it's going to be good. I've got mooncakes here ready to go. I'm very excited to get into this. It looks so sweet. Like, I've heard that this is super cute. I've heard some people complain about the plot, and I'm like, you know what? Fair, but also, I'm just here for whatever we got going. This looks so cute and so queer and just a really nice little slice of life thing. It's about 5:30 in the evening. I'm hoping to go to bed at midnight tonight, and my goal for the rest of today is to get these 2 books done. Don't know if I can do it. This one I'm sure I can get done. This one I'm not 100% certain, but I'm willing to push myself because I think it's going to be fun. Let's see if we can get to the halfway point today on day 1, shall we? Done. That took about an hour and a half. So that's not bad at all. Happy about that. This was really cute. I'm kind of sad that this isn't a longer form story because it kind of has, in a weird way, a similar vibe to there's a webcomic I used to read and I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but it's got a very webcomic kind of feel to it. And I really liked that, so I kind of wish that this was like a serial form comic rather than this being it, you know, like this is the front to back, this is the whole thing. I think it would make a really good serial, and I would super subscribe to that. There were a non-zero number of plot holes, which were kind of distracting. Yeah, aside from that, it was super cute. I think I was right about the animal companion bit, because not only did we have the cats, but there was also like a menagerie of beautiful, original, like magical creatures that came to help out and save the day. So I would consider that entire zoo of creatures to be familiars and animal companions of a sort. But yeah, so we're done mooncakes. We're cutting along at a great clip here. So that is 3 books. I thought that we could take a little break from reading and go wander up to my library and see what we can find for that 3-word title prompt, because I'm hoping for something short-ish, but I need to go see what I have because I have enough that I keep forgetting what I have. So let's go take a look together. All right, welcome to the library. I still haven't done my official library tour, simply because I'm having trouble figuring out a smooth way to do this, because I don't have a very big tripod. I'm gonna take a look for something short and with 3 words in the title. Part of me is like, I don't necessarily want to reread anything, but I could reread The Tent Peg by Aretha Van Herk. That one's very good. I could reread Convenience Store Woman by Sayaka Murata. That one's also excellent, and it's a pretty quick read. Okay, no, I got it. Hang on. I have this. The graphic novelization of The Handmaid's Tale. Now, it looks like 4 words on this cover, but you'll see on the side, it's in fact 3 words. So I think this is going to be it, because I haven't read this yet. I've read The Handmaid's Tale, but I haven't read this graphic novel version, which was illustrated by Renee Nolt, and I actually bought this directly from her at the Calgary Comic Expo in 2019, and I just haven't read it yet. So this will be a good opportunity to do that. I know that it's probably going to be good. The illustration in this is absolutely stunning. I'm going to see if I can open it up to a page here for you. It's sort of very watercolor, which I find interesting compared to a lot of other graphic novels that I have seen in the past. Here is a sample of some of the art. It's absolutely stunning. And I have already read The Handmaid's Tale. I actually don't remember if I ever finished season 1 of the show. It was good, in my opinion. I thought the book was better, just in that Margaret Atwood is a very good author, and I don't think that her work needs to necessarily be improved upon by film. If that makes any sense. Like, I don't think that you could do much more justice to her work in the large scale. I am excited to read this because I think it's going to be interesting. Now, however, I am faced with the dilemma of, do I read this today and then potentially not finish This Is How You Lose the Time War? Or, since this is an addition to my reading list for the month, do I leave it for another day? I don't know, because it would read really quick, both because I know the story and because it's another graphic novel. That said, what I am noticing about this as I'm flipping through it is that there's a lot of sort of in-panel exposition, which I saw a lot of in, like, Mouse by, I forgot his last name, Art something. I'll put that up on the screen here for you because I'm having a moment. But a lot of, like, in-panel exposition that sort of mirrors, probably, I'm assuming, what happened in the novel. So this may take longer to read than Mooncakes, which was exclusively dialogue and visual storytelling. I think I'm gonna go right in for This Is How You Lose the Time War, in part because I am getting a little bit overdosed on graphic novel-y stuff today, because I've now read 2. I've read a manga and this graphic novel, and it's just been a lot. So I think I'm just gonna switch over to an actual novel. We'll chill out with that for a bit, and, you know, I can always just switch back and forth between these two. There's nothing saying I can't do that either. It's 7:20. I have hope, but not a lot of it, for getting 5 books read today, because 4 books is already a lot. Upping it to 5 is, like, extra. Let's start This Is How You Lose the Time War. So I am halfway through This Is How You Lose the Time War. This book is incredible. Like, the language is really getting me, and I'm having fun trying to sort of pick apart the metaphor in this. Sorry about the lighting. It's very late. I'm doing pretty good. It's 10:45. I might just stay up until I finish this. Then again, it has taken me like 2-ish hours to get through half of it, so like this might put me very early into the morning. So I think I'm just gonna see how far I get. I will update you one last time before I sign off to let you know where I ended up today. If I don't finish this before I go to bed today, it is definitely getting finished over the lunch hour tomorrow. So wish me luck. Home stretch. All right, so we got through it. It is the next morning. I made it to exactly 75% of This Is How You Lose the Time War. I am in love with this book. Everything about this absolutely slaps. Like, the language is absolutely my jam. There's like some tongue-in-cheek humor in here. Not a lot, but like enough to sort of break up the artisticness of the narrative, which I really like. Yeah, so I've got 50 pages left, so my plan is to get this done over my lunch break today. Actually, I think it might be even less than that. I think it's about 45 pages. Either way, I'm gonna be able to get this done today over lunch, so that is my plan. And then I'm gonna be moving on to my larger books. I don't know where I'm gonna start. I think I might start with the Edinburgh Dead, actually. Like, I think what I'm gonna do is start with my 2 smaller books, or I guess my 3 smaller books, since I just added The Handmaid's Tale in for that quest. So we're gonna get through those 3 smaller books. That's gonna be the Edinburgh Dead, The Handmaid's Tale, and Legends and Lattes. And then I'm saving 6 of Crows and The Man Who Died Twice for my trip to Montreal later this month, because I'm gonna need some reading material for the plane, and I feel like those 2 will probably be my best choices, especially if I'm reading 6 of Crows, because I'm probably gonna slam through that really fast. I'm excited about it. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey that is the most reading I have done in a very long time. It's certainly the most amount of books I've finished that haven't been exclusively manga in a while. So that was really exciting. Go ahead and follow me on all my social media at Ink and Fig. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below if you haven't yet. If you're doing the readathon, let me know how your journey is going so far, because this is wild. This is an absolutely wild thing to be doing. I think that's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Bye!